Nobody talks about Gen X. Boomers get blamed. Millennials get analyzed. Gen Z gets studied like a new species. But Gen X? They're just there. Quiet, capable, invisible. And that's exactly the clue. Because Gen X may be the only generation alive today that learned, as children, that nobody is coming to help you. Picture this. It's 1978. You're 8 years old. You come home to an empty house. You make your own food. You do your homework alone. You wait. No phone, no check-ins, no cameras. Just you and silence. By 1984, over 7 million kids were regularly unsupervised after school. That empty house didn't just make Gen X independent. It programmed their brain to believe, you are on your own. Figure it out. And that belief shaped everything. When parents came home, there were no discussions. No emotional processing. No, how do you feel about that? You stepped out of line, you paid for it. Fast. Psychologists call this a high-contingency environment. Actions had instant consequences. So Gen X learned to think 3 steps ahead. They predict problems before they happen. That's why they seem calm when things go wrong. They've been preparing for things going wrong since childhood. They watched. Divorce rates explode. Loyal workers get laid off. Rules change overnight. Adults said, work hard and life will work out. Then life didn't. So Gen X developed what psychologists call defensive pessimism. They hope for the best, but quietly expect the worst. Not cynicism, armor. Gen X grew up when mistakes were private. You embarrassed yourself? Only 5 people knew. Today, it's permanent, public, viral. So for Gen X, posting your life online doesn't feel fun. It feels dangerous. Their rule is simple. The less people know about you, the safer you are. Here's where it gets really interesting. All of this didn't make Gen X weak. It made them the most quietly competent workers alive today. And most people don't even realize why. Paper routes at 5 a.m., bagging groceries, counting change in your head when the machine broke. At 12 years old, you were responsible for real things. They watched companies destroy their parents. So Gen X never trusted company loyalty. They trust their own usefulness. They don't try to be liked at work. They try to be indispensable. They will never ask for help. But if you need help, they show up. No noise, no post, no credit. Because friendships were survival when parents weren't there. Gen X respects skill, not titles. They grew up watching Watergate, Iran-Contra, the AIDS crisis mishandling. They saw incompetent adults in charge their entire childhood, so they follow competence, not rank. They graduated into dot-com crash, 2008 crisis, constant layoffs. So they often have multiple income streams. Not because they're entrepreneurial, because they don't believe anything lasts. Studies show Gen X asks for less help during stress. Not because they can't, because asking feels like failure. They're excellent in crisis, but terrible at leaning on others. Before Google, answers cost effort. Libraries, card catalogs, hours of searching. This creates deeper memory encoding. They don't just know things, they understand things. And they fix things with their hands. Bike chain slips, you flip it over and learn. That builds a belief. With patience, I can figure anything out. They gave their kids attention they never had, but sometimes they worry, did I make them too dependent, too visible, too protected? Because to Gen X, visibility equals vulnerability. Gen X isn't louder, they're tougher in quiet ways. They're the last generation that knows what boredom feels like, what real independence feels like, what solving problems alone feels like. They're the bridge generation, and bridges don't get attention. They just hold everything up, silently. And honestly, that's the most Gen X thing of all. If this felt familiar, subscribe. And if you enjoy these psychology deep dives, you can support the channel by joining. I appreciate you being here.